really hard. It was very isolating. I was very embarrassed. I didn't know how long it would last. My two children were younger at the time, and it affected them because I think it was a little bit scary for them to see their mom look completely different than she had before. My name is Christina and I'm 38 years old. About 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with Ramsay Hunt Syndrome, basically a form of shingles, but it attacks your nerves in your ear and your face and can cause facial paralysis. The day before I was officially diagnosed with Ramsay Hunt Syndrome, I had started noticing some just odd feeling in my lips. That evening, I went to dinner with some friends, and throughout the dinner, I was becoming increasingly aware of the things going on in my face. I was noticing that when I blinked, one of my eyes was lagging a little bit. When I was eating my food, it almost felt like my tongue was burnt. The sensation of eating and taking in drink, it just felt off. Something felt off. So I went to the bathroom a couple of times, and I didn't say anything to my friends. I was internally freaking out and thinking the absolute worst case scenario. And one of my friends said, "I'm gonna follow you to the emergency room because I think this is serious." The diagnosis that they gave me at the time was Bell's palsy, and that is just a temporary facial paralysis. It just said, your face is just going to temporarily be paralyzed on the side, and over time it will resolve itself and there won't be any long-term damage. The very next morning is when I woke up and I had severe ear pain. I went to follow up with my primary care. That's when he made the correlation between the facial paralysis and the ear pain and diagnosed me with the Ramsay Hunt. And with the Ramsay Hunt syndrome, you have about a 72-hour window of the onset of symptoms that you need to begin treatment. Otherwise, you risk permanent damage to your facial nerves and also some hearing loss. And obviously the degrees can vary depending on when it's caught and when you start treatment. After I was diagnosed and just going through that process of the facial paralysis and everything that came along with it, I felt very isolated and very humiliated. It was also on the tail end of COVID shutdown. I had my two children were younger at the time, and it affected them because I think it was a little bit scary for them to see their mom look completely different than she had before. I spent a lot of time just crying. It was really, really hard. It was very isolating. I was very embarrassed. I didn't know how long it would last. I was grateful that I had a good supportive community of people around me. I didn't realize how much I loved my smile until I lost it for a little bit. And so when it came back, I was much more appreciative of it. When I was diagnosed, I hadn't heard of it before. And then once I started sharing my own story and using a hashtag Ramsay Hunt Syndrome, others were reaching out and saying that they had experienced the same thing. And it was valuable to find community in that. And then Justin Bieber got it. And then everybody knew about Ramsay Hunt Syndrome. So I've gone through a lot of really hard experiences, Ramsay Hunt and then other things over the last few years that caused me to feel really isolated. But in sharing my experiences, I can let others know that they're not alone. And when they reciprocate and respond, I feel so much less alone.